Good evening, guys. We just crash landed to the Olympic atmosphere. Decibel is always there for esports, but there's a very nice and a very important person that we have actually. It's very hard to get him. It's a privilege to speak to him as well from Decibel's point of view. I know who you are, but others don't know you. Who are you?
Well, hi guys, my name is Navod Bopitiya. I'm the managing director of Noob Alliance. I've been a part of Sri Lankan esports for the past decade. I've been a player, I've played in the top teams, I've made top teams, I've been the best player at a certain game. And then while doing all of those, I was handed over Noob Alliance in 2018. And then I transitioned from a player to a owner of a company. I made it into a proper private limited company. And then from there onwards, we've been nurturing the Sri Lankan esports youth. We've been putting up events, we've been putting up content, just anything and everything to sort of build Sri Lankan esports.
So I was just talking about some Olympic atmosphere. You guys might be knowing something. You might be a bit confused. We have Navod here to explain everything. What do you think? What is this event, Navod?
Yeah, so right now we are at the National Olympic House. We are right at we are just at the end of the annual general meeting of the Sri Lankan Esports Association. That's for anyone that doesn't know it. It's the sort of association or the body that sort of manages Sri Lankan esports. It comes up with all the rules, what titles to play, and all the basically disciplinary actions. So we basically ended the annual general meeting of it today for 2023. We basically got a good roadmap on what we're going to do for 2023 from the president of Sri Lankan Esports Association, which is Mr. Rabin Vijay. I hope I said that right. So we got a roadmap. We got to know what we'll be doing, what to focus on, and what to improve on, and then we basically had a good conversation on how to actually improve as a whole, and we got some good bilateral communication going basically.
So guys, you just get an idea of what the AGM is, the purpose of it. Let's forget about the AGM. Now let's talk about NA in general. I mean, we know NA is renowned for everything in general. What about NA?
So NA is a bit of a tricky situation. In 2018 we got the Best Clan Award. That's the best sort of award you can win in Sri Lanka for esports. But when we as a whole won that, I realized that it's nothing more than just a high five while you're going in the road. It doesn't actually mean anything. You actually have to put in the work afterwards to make sure you carry out for a decade. So as soon as I realized that in 2018, I sort of put up a plan. Okay, this is not what we have to do. We have to become like a proper company. We need revenue generating. We need a team. We need staff. We need all of that. We need the back end of the things. Because so far what has been going on is the front end of side of things. We have players. They take part in tournaments. They come. They eat. They whatever they do, and they go home. And that's it done. But you need a proper back end to sort of sustain this. And I've taken the first steps to this. So in 2016, I had migrated to Melbourne. I moved back in 2020 specifically to build Sri Lankan esports because I saw the vision here. I saw that it was the pandemic. So I got this opportunity because I was working full-time there as a software engineer, but I got this opportunity to come back to Sri Lanka and work as a remote developer. So I put up a company here, made it a contractor there, and I basically set that up. Now, since I have that foreign currency arbitrage, what I've been doing is I've been investing that into Noob Alliance. What I did was I hired full-time staff members as my first decision. Over the last 2 years, we built it up to around 5 or 8 members, full-time staff. They're getting paid really well. They're interns. They're getting compensated fairly, and we built that up, and over the last 2 years we've amassed around 8.5 million views. I believe that alone has done a lot to Sri Lankan esports, and I believe that's the only way to get to where we're going. So for right now, Noob Alliance, we have a lot of players, we have a lot of members, we have a lot of staff. We've laid a good foundation over the past 5 years, and now it's up to me to sort of take that foundation and to mold it into something better in the future. And we do that through content, we do that through the teams.
I mean, that's fascinating, isn't it, guys? In the meantime, just want to ask something that we all expect from clans. How is NA going to support esports in Sri Lanka?
So like I said, first of all, it's going to be through content because it's brand awareness because everybody needs to know about esports, what's happening, what are the benefits, how do you sort of progress into this, how do you come into this. So right now in Sri Lanka, I would say around across all these entities, we get around maybe 500,000 views a year, apart from Gamer.lk. We are trying to cover up the deficit here because Gamer.lk can't do everything on their own. They need help. So we are trying to cover that deficit. So we need to make sure that we get the views, we get the content, so that we push brand awareness. So that's the first portion of this. Now that we have the brand awareness, we need to monetize this because monetization is a big part of the loop. If you don't have any parts of the loop, it's not going to work. The business model doesn't work. When we got the content part of the loop going, which we have already, we need to monetize this. And that's what I'm working on right now, on monetizing this attention that we got. And when we've done that, and when we do have the money, we focus on the players. Right? We focus on sending them international, we focus on getting them phones and all of that. Now this is the loop I'm sort of trying to build. But having said that, this loop, like you create the content, you have to wait like 2 or 3 years before you help the players. So that's not acceptable to me at this point. So I've been anyways, even though this loop is not filled at the moment, I've been anyway investing into the teams and players, because once this loop is filled, it's going to sort of expand, or sort of it's going to go through an exponential growth when it fills the loop. So I've been buying players phones. I bought like 3 or 4 13 Pro Maxes. I'm going to upgrade them all into 14 Pro Maxes pretty soon. Hopefully I can focus on like a PC title as well. But yeah, so that's the overall goal for me. Create that loop, get the monetization going, help the teams, get some stuff built out here.
I mean, there's nothing better than a good conversation with Navod Bopitiya. I mean, very detailed and very controversial sometimes. And we don't want to talk about controversy here. But thanks, Navod. I mean, amazing to...
You as well?
Please, thanks. I mean, what do you think about DecibelLK?
Well, DecibelLK has been doing this for a while. I know Yasmin was there in 2018. I don't think she remembers this, but because I started this content journey out in 2018. We won the Best Clan Award, right, in 2018. But I got like a camera crew to record our movements, but I did not have like a wireless mic to sort of record this, or any mic at all, right? So I saw Yasmin with the mic. I went and asked her. She was like, yeah, take it, man. That's all I had to say. So since that moment and up until now, she has sort of built this up. She has employed people. She has put people here. There's like people focusing on this at this point. So that's very awesome to see, and I'm glad it's not just Game.lk, us and other people doing it. I'm glad that there's third parties coming in and trying to sort of help us out and the entire community out.
That is what DecibelLK is capable of. Thanks, Navod. Thanks for your time.
No worries.